night, 9 o'clock, time to slam. Sex, love, and misunderstanding. With Dr. Tiy-E, he the man. Relax, let him lead the way. He got a plan. It's the slam. Slam, slam,
Peace and love. I'm Dr. Tiy-E, licensed psychosocial therapist. Welcome to another episode of S.L.A.M, Sex, Love, and the Misunderstanding, a podcast dedicated to showcasing positive black men in the community. And these are brothers that I know personally. These brothers I've worked with personally. These brothers have been in my practice personally, and just showcasing where men are coming from, all right? The truth about where black men are coming from, because there's some good brothers out here, and my job is to showcase those brothers. In today's episode, I got a very distinguished brother, Brother Terence. That's Terence with one R, by the way.
Please.
He's from South Carolina, born and raised. When I tell you a positive brother, and we're gonna just dive into him. He deals with IT / but more so software development.
Software engineering.
Software engineering.
Yep.
You know, got to put that engineering on, put that engineering on it, put that stank on it.
Because I'm not a programmer.
Because he's not a programmer. Software engineer, and so he's one of those left brain dudes. You know, he can deal with all that over there. I'm on the right side. He's on the left side. He deals with algorithms and math and science, the science of computer or computerology. You have nothing to do with that. But this brother, again, just a good, positive brother. Met him some years ago. Was in a marriage with the young lady that he met when he was 17.
Yeah, 17.
Love of his life. And now he's divorced. So we're going to talk about the beauty of marriage, and the right fit versus the beauty of the sadness of marriage when it's not a good fit. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, my brother, Terence Bell.
Thank you, guys. Nice to meet y'all. We're going to have a good time here. I'm about to get this win. I'm telling you that right now.
Wow. We're going to start off that way.
Yes, sir.
So, I'm going to say this. His brother's an introvert. He's naturally he's a Scorpio. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a Scorpio, who some believe are the freaks of the zodiac. I want to argue against that. Libras are clearly, we're the romantics of the zodiac. So, but we're going to discover based off this question whether or not he's holding down the Scorpio reputation or the Scorpio legacy. But he's a Scorpio, and we're going to talk more about what that means. But I want to ask you a question. Look at these pool balls on the table. If you had to pick a ball that best defines you or your belief system, which ball would it be? But while you're thinking about that, I got to officially welcome you to One Love, because the name of my practice is One Love Counseling Services.
Of course.
And so this is the One Love environment. So it's all about One Love. So there's two things you got to do in the One Love environment. First, you got to do a pull-up or a push-up.
Okay.
Unfortunately for you, this week is pull-up time.
All right.
So we're going to go over to the pull-up bar. You're going to do one pull-up. Now, if you want to do more and show out, you go ahead.
Nope.
But I think one suffices.
Yeah.
We only require one because it's all about one love.
I'm going to do the bare minimum.
Okay, bare minimum. Okay. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to do the first one because, I want the world to see that what I'm asking
you can
of
do
you.
it too.
Right, no. What I'm asking of you, I'm asking of myself. I'm never going to ask of my brother something I'm not asking of myself.
Of course.
All right, so we're going to do it here. Oh boy. And we're going to go up. And we're going to go down real slow, just the way she likes it.
Oh, so I got to hold it. Okay.
You don't have to hold it.
Okay.
But she wants you to hold it.
Okay.
Because she got to come first.
All right, as you can see, my arms ain't that big, but we're going to make it work.
Right. And he's up. Good. Woo, look at her. Woo, it came down slow with it, too. Good job. Okay. That was number one. Number two, go over to the bar. We got some shot glasses. Well, not really shot glasses, but glasses. And you said you want the white Hennessy.
Yeah.
Right. And the brother said you never turned down the opportunity to have some white Hennessy.
No.
Not to be confused with the
no, we're not doing the
regular
rare. No, I wasn't gonna say that.
Not the ghetto
We're
Hennessy?
not gonna do Hennessy. I don't do Douce because that's just watered down Hennessy.
Woo! Sounds like
I'll do white Hennessy and some other what's that, Crown Apple?
Yeah, a Crown Apple. Okay.
Yeah, I'll take some Crown Apple.
Okay. What would you like to toast to, my brother?
Life.
Life. And here you have it. Woo-wee. right back there.
Thank you.
All right, so now we're going to get back to the question where I break. And the question is, of these balls, which do you find most, that defines your belief system? What number, what ball defines your belief system as it relates to life and relationships?
I would say the cue ball.
Okay.
Because I want to be the one that's, I would say, in control
Okay.
of my destiny.
Okay.
Whatever move I want to make,
Okay.
I have to be able to be the one to do it. So, I can't make any decisions with any of these other balls other than the 8 ball if I want to lose.
Yes.
But just try to be with the white ball, try to be in control and just know where I'm going. And like you want to know what pocket you're going to hit before you even go to it.
Okay.
So you want to know what move you're going to make before you want to do it at the same time.
Okay.
So those are types of things I would say.
Okay. Okay.
You didn't drop anything, right?
No, I did. And we don't play slop here. We call out all pockets.
All right, well, we going to the corner.
Okay. Okay. You're taking that forward to the corner? Mm-hmm. Okay. That looks like it.
And we're going to drop it?
Woo! Woo! I love a man who's sure of himself. My next question is the 5 P's. There's 5 P's that I believe every man should govern himself by or desire in a relationship. Mm-hmm. Now you got to put them in order as it relates to you. And those 5 P's are peace, prioritization, prosperity, peace, and of course my favorite, pussy. So you put them in order. What's most important in the relationship as far as what you're looking for as a mate, and talk to me about the order.
In my situation, I would say purpose would be the first one.
Okay.
And then priorities.
Okay.
What was the other 3?
You said priority? You said priority?
Yeah, purpose and priorities.
Okay, you have prosperity, peace, and pussy.
Peace, prosperity, and then pussy.
Okay. Peace, prosperity, and then pussy. Pussy. Why everybody keep putting pussy last?
Because if you,
the hell?
Because honestly, like if you the guy and all you doing is chasing after pussy.
Okay.
I mean, what are you actually doing in life? What are you trying to achieve?
Okay.
So I mean, if you do all those things in order, the pussy's gonna come. In my experience and in my opinion.
Okay.
If you got all those things in order, like if you know your purpose and you set your priorities, mm-hmm. and you actually have peace in yourself and peace with everybody else that's around you.
Yes.
And then, once you have your priorities in place, the pussy's there.
Okay. Okay. So
it's going to be there.
And that first one again is purpose.
Purpose.
So she has to be able to serve a purpose.
I wouldn't say she has to serve a purpose, but I would want to know my purpose in life or my purpose in this relationship.
Okay.
So.
And so how do you go about, so depending on what woman you're with, because there's no doubt in my mind that you love women.
I do.
So but thinking of love women, if you had a choice between your favorite meal or a woman, which did you have first?
If I had to choose between eating and
eating.
I'm gonna take the food. Honestly, I'm gonna take the
food first.
I gotta survive. On sustenance. I can't.
You can't survive from eating over here.
No. Because I can cook for myself, so I'm not needing for her to cook for me.
No. I'm talking about eating pussy.
I mean, I'm gonna eat it.
Right.
But it's not. But if I gotta choose between eating some pussy and some food, I'm gonna eat my favorite food. If I gotta choose a steak or some pussy, let me get that steak.
Are you serious?
Yes, sir.
Interesting.
Yes, sir. Now, do I love to eat some pussy or do I love pussy? Yes, of course. I love it just as much as steak. Yeah.
But also, so if you had a choice, again, I have to make sure I get this right. You got this.
Well, first, how hungry am I at the beginning of this?
You're hungry on both sides.
I'm hungry on both sides. So I'm starving.
You're horny and you're hungry.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the food. I'm gonna take the food.
So you got this beautiful woman here.
Yep.
You got Megan Good right here.
Oh yeah.
Halle Berry.
Whoever.
Oprah Winfrey. Mm-hmm. Whoever he said whoever. Oh, damn, not whoever. He said it don't matter. You got this one, and you got this nice meal, right? This beautiful meal, cooked just the way you want it.
Yep.
99% of the time you're gonna choose this meal.
I'm gonna choose the meal. And then honestly, it's gonna be big enough where I can share with, Halle Berry, Megan Good.
No, they don't want none of that. They don't want none of that.
I'm sorry.
Because you done chose them second. And any woman would tell you, if she's not number one, she can't be number two.
In real life, I would choose, a situation like that. But I mean, come on. If you're not going to choose food, starving, you're starving. but I'm going to eat this pussy, and that's going to give me sustenance. No, bro.
Right.
I'm going to eat the food, and then we're going to, you know.
But
do what we
right here, you work up a greater appetite, then you go. But I feel you.
I definitely understand where you coming from. I'm not denying what you're saying.
Okay, so you're a Southern guy.
Yeah.
Born and raised in South Carolina. Tell us about your upbringing in South Carolina and what brought you to Atlanta.
Well, you know, growing up in rural Marion, it's a small town. You know,
Marion, South Carolina.
Yeah, Marion, South Carolina. We like 45 minutes from the beach. We used to grow up going to the beach every weekend.
What beach is that?
Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach. Okay.
Yeah, so we'd go down to the beach every weekend, just chill, hang out. A lot of us had jobs down there, but for the most part, we just just hung around. I grew up on a dirt road.
Okay.
It wasn't really paved until I was in college, but
wow.
But whatever. I love where I'm from.
Okay.
And I'm very proud to be
nice.
a swamp fox. That's
a swamp fox.
Yeah, that's our mascot.
A mascot for
our high school.
For high school.
Yeah. So Marion was actually named after Francis Marion.
Okay.
From the Civil War, whatever.
Yes.
So his nickname was the swamp fox.
Swamp fox. So is that an actual animal? Swamp fox?
It's not an actual animal. That was just his nickname.
Okay.
From
Swamp
the history
fox.
of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Just his style of fighting. But he really just took his style of fighting from the Gullah people.
Okay.
And just, that's how he was, like a guerrilla type warfare type thing.
Oh, nice. So you're from South Carolina. What brought you to Atlanta?
College. Came here to go to DeVry University.
Okay.
I came here when I was 17. Got my bachelor's degree.
So you started college when you were 17?
Yeah.
I told y'all he was smart. Okay.
So yeah, I just began college and got my degree in computer information systems. Mostly what we did was dealt with programming. So I learned like 6 different programming languages by the time I graduated.
Oh, wow.
And we also dealt with networking, database. Pretty much it was a broad degree. So we did a lot of different things.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. So you are specialist, not specialist, but I have the word right here. Software engineer.
Yes, sir.
So what does that entail, being a software engineer?
For the company that I work for, we do a lot of I would say HR and customer relationship management.
Okay.
So what I do for our customers is just basically help their IT department install our operating system or our software so that they can utilize it between their employees. Or if it's a customer that's a retail chain, then the software would deal with them selling their product and things like that. So what I do is make sure that they have all of their prerequisites as far as server and everything else. So we just make sure that they have all the right equipment and they're installing it correctly.
So you sit behind a computer all day?
I sit at home. Just chilling.
But it's behind a computer?
Behind a computer all day.
Oh, dear God, looking at the screen.
Mm-hmm. Behind the computer, at home, that's the way to go, man.
So because I know through talking to you over the years that you don't really get along with people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't. I got a lot of friends. I have a lot of friends. Like a lot of my friends that I grew up with. They're my brothers. Till this day, we're still brothers. Even my friends from college, it's the same group. Like I don't have a lot of new friends.
Okay.
So if you new around me, like I don't know you. So what are we talking about?
So so if you like to stay to yourself, so how does being a software engineer relate to you in relationships? How do you deal with relationships? Because you like to be by yourself. You like to do things alone.
Well, for my job, it takes a lot of detail. You have to be, detail oriented.
Yes.
And same thing with the lady. You got to be detail oriented. You got to pay attention.
You got to be detail oriented.
You got to pay attention to the details. You got to be able to read certain cues and certain, body language cues and things like that. So.
Okay. Oh, this is a difficult situation.
Yeah. You're a good one.
It's a difficult situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
But as far as like IT, and it's really 2 different things because you can't really compare a computer to an actual person because it's an inanimate object first of all.
Okay.
But each woman or they're individuals, and you have to treat each woman as an individual. So I can't sit here and say all women are going to be the same as far as like a computer program.
Okay.
But you can definitely use some of those things that I do at work in a relationship as far as like being detail oriented. Pay attention and communication. That's a big one.
Okay, so communication. So we're going to dive into that communication in a minute. Talk to me about where you learned about relationships. 'Cause I know your mom and dad were married.
Yeah.
For how many years?
I don't know the number of years, but they were together when my dad was 15 and my mom was 16.
So before you were born?
Yeah, way before I even came around.
So we're going to say over 40 years they've been together.
Yeah, well over 40 years.
Over 40 years.
Yeah.
And your dad recently passed?
Yes.
Okay, and we'll definitely, what did you learn from your mom and dad about relationships?
Honestly, what I did was, my dad was a great father.
Okay.
A great dad. He provided a life for me and my two brothers. So we didn't really have to worry or want for much.
Okay.
So we weren't rich, but he definitely provided everything that we needed.
Okay.
So that was definitely the main thing that I took from him as far as, being a husband is being able to provide.
Being a provider, okay.
For your family.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to emotional things,
okay.
Yeah, didn't learn too much from my dad when it came to.
Was your dad a huggy, kissy type?
Not at all.
Son?
Not at all. Not at all. But I was, because I'm very affectionate.
Okay.
Quick story.
That's Scorpio coming out of you.
Yeah. When my older brother, when he was born,
okay.
She said she prayed for him to be just like my dad.
Okay.
So he's just like my dad. So she said when I was born, she prayed for me to be just like her.
Okay.
And I'm just like she is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm just like she is. She's affectionate. She's emotional. I'm the same way.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we both, that's where I get mine from. But, my dad, he wasn't really emotional. He wasn't really, affectionate like that. I remember one time in high school, I was in a band class. He came to school one time, came to class early to pick me up. Wasn't really coming to pick me up. He was just there.
Yes.
So I'm just excited to see him. He was on the school board, so he can come to school and walk around whenever he wanted to. So I'm excited to see him. I ran up to him, gave him a hug. He just quietly said, "Hey, man, just shake my hand. You in public."
Oh, wow.
I was like, "Hey, man."
Wow.
You're my dad, bro.
Right. You're right.
But I get what he was saying. That's just, how he grew up. Once I went to my first therapist, he had me ask my dad a lot of different questions. You saw that. Y'all saw that.
Wow.
He had me ask my dad.
He took one shot out of 10. Now I'm saying brag. I love when braggers come in. Don't we? Great shot, though. Go ahead.
But yeah. My dad was, he had me talk to my dad and figure out how it was growing up with my grandfather, because I never met my grandfather. He died before I was born.
Okay.
So,
so I'm gonna have to explain you the rules of when you scratch.
What happens when I scratch?
The ball gets set up wherever you want.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, just making sure, because some people.
But you got to shoot up the table, right?
What do you mean?
Where did you
break from?
Break from. So you got to shoot up.
Yeah. Okay. That's okay.
And nothing from behind these two.
Well, no. See, I love doing this. I love doing this.
So these are the rules we playing.
This I love doing this, right? So, including fouls. The penalty for a foul is always the same. The other player can put the cue ball anywhere on the table and play from there, and except a foul on the break. You hit your opponent's ball a ball first.
Okay.
You don't hit any ball. You pocket the cue ball is one of those fouls. So I just want you to know that.
Okay.
Right. So.
Your house, your rules. He went and printed up some pool rules.
Right.
That's what he did. He printed these up. These ain't
the official pool rules. but you, like me, we play a hood pool.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely hood pool. You can't shoot anything behind these lines, and you got to shoot it up the table.
Right. Definitely hood pool.
Oh man.
So you have stripes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we're talking about your dad and the lack of affection as a man. So now you go into a relationship. So now you get married. And explain to me, why did you get married? And how did you know she was the one?
I thought she was the one.
No. Stay with me. Then we go get to that.
Yeah, we met freshman year. We had a couple classes together, and she was from a small town, just like I'm from, a small town in South Georgia.
Okay.
So we had a lot of that in common.
Okay.
She was like a middle child, but we had a lot of different things in common. And she was smart. She was so smart.
Right.
I had classes with her, so I knew she was smart. So just hanging out with her.
Okay.
Me knowing that how smart she is, and the things that we the way that we clicked, I just felt like she was the one.
So she was from 17. You knew she was the one. When did you know she was the one to marry? How did you decide? I'm going to marry this girl?
That was after I graduated.
Okay.
And so once I graduated college, my brother, he got a job in New Jersey. So,
Okay.
we were both living here and we were, sharing a car at the time. So when he left, I was like, so what about me?
Okay. Okay.
You taking the car, you just out.
Okay.
So I was like, I got to figure it out. So once I graduated, my ex, she had an apartment and she was like, you know what, you can just come stay with me and we can figure it out from there. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Okay. And how were you then?
I was 21
Okay.
when I graduated college. So yeah, I was like 21.
Okay. So you've been married, and
So she was basically looking out for me more than, anybody else at that time.
Okay.
And so I just, was just paying her back for
And because you are self-proclaimed mama's boy.
Yeah. I love my mama.
Yeah, you love your mama. So were you looking for in your wife what you had in your mama? Because that's a common theme where if mama spoiled me, I expect you to spoil me. And so especially because of the disconnect with that lack of an affectionate father. So were you looking for that affection that your mama gave you from your wife?
No. Actually, the affection that she gave pretty much came easy at the time.
Okay.
It was just she was an affectionate person, I was an affectionate person. So I wasn't really looking for affection like my mom. I just wanted affection from another female.
Okay.
Like I said, another female.
And your ex-wife is a Sagittarius.
Yes.
Scorpio
November Sagittarius.
and Sagittarius do not go together. Understand this, people. Scorpio and Sagittarius do not go together. That fire sign, because of their lack of emotions, like you said, you're an emotional person.
Yeah.
Sagittarius women especially don't give a damn about them. They're so logical and they want to say things one time, whereas that Scorpio needs closure.
Yeah.
Let's discuss this.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
And that Sag is like, why are we still talking about it? I don't want to talk about it. Or you're like,
my decision's already made.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? So all right, we're gonna stand on it. If that's your decision, we're gonna stand on it. So
okay. So how did you go from this is the woman of my life, the dream, to you know what, this marriage isn't going to work out. This is not what's best for me. How did you transition from that? Because the beautiful part about being married is that what they say, for better or for worse. But I'm one to believe you got to define for better or for worse.
Yeah.
Because if you kill my cat and stab my mama.
You kill my cat, I'm gonna kill your dog.
Right. So, But so there has to be boundaries on that for better or for worse, which typically people don't discuss.
And that's true.
So how did it for worse get so far into you? You said, first of all, you lost yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And when did you realize, like, hold on, this isn't what I thought it would be?
It was at that point, by the time I figured it out, like it was already too late. Like I was already like just going through the motions.
Okay.
Just pulled back, emotionless. Like I just was like, whatever. Anything you complain about.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, whatever. It's like, you mad? Okay, it's Tuesday. You mad? You're gonna be mad again tomorrow. So
y'all was just existing.
Yeah, for me, I can say I was. I was just existing because we was taking care of my grandson at the time. My daughter, she had a son, and we was keeping him since he was born. So I was in it so that I could continue to raise my grandson in a stable household. Okay. So
your grandson became your outlet. That became your escape.
He became my reason for being here, my escape, my happiness, joy, everything came from my grandson and Messiah.
Would you advise that to any man?
Not at all. Do not.
Right, okay.
No.
Why?
Because that's when we get into you just being stupid at that point. Like you have to figure out when enough is enough.
And by being stupid, I always say there's a fine line between being in love and being stupid. Once we've gotten on the being stupid side, it means you begin to sacrifice your happiness to make somebody else happy.
Exactly.
And you became that person.
Exactly. I became that person all the way. Okay. Like, so I just didn't care about, me being happy. All I cared about was my grandson's happiness. Right. And as long as he was happy, I'm happy.
Right. And so
she'll be all right.
Right, she'll be all right.
My grandma, my grandson, he's good.
But you able to give her a head nod, keep walking, because with Isaiah, you able to interact and have fun with him. Exactly. And leave this over here. That's a void. Like, I'm not even worried about this. Yeah, like at the time I worked at night, so it was real easy. So she would go to work and take him to school in the morning, or on the days that I would take him, she would just go to work, so I wouldn't really see her. Okay. And then when she comes home from work, I'm already at work. Okay. And I come home like 3, 4 in the morning from work. Okay. So we didn't see each other. The last 2 years that I had that job,
Yeah, we didn't really see each other too much. So I was like, it's cool, we cool. No, we cool, we didn't argue too much, but we don't see each other, so argue. So I didn't realize it. So
you were almost 2 years divorced.
Yeah, almost 2 years divorced now.
What would your older self tell your younger self? Because all the years, how many years were you married?
I was married for 13 years total.
How many years were you unhappy?
At least 5 or 6 of those years.
Okay, so half of your marriage you were unhappy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what would your older self tell your younger self about, dude, you're unhappy, this is what you should have done? What's the should have done?
I don't think anything I could have done to actually save that marriage. Okay. I think it just ran its course. Okay. You know, we went through a lot, you know, through that time that we were together. But I don't know. I would just say just be more responsible, because that was a lot of things. You know, that was the disconnect was
you being more responsible.
Me being irresponsible.
Yes.
So I would say for one, you be more responsible.
Okay.
And,
because being more responsible, meaning being present.
Yeah, being present.
Because you talked about being a provider.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because you saw that from your dad.
Yes.
And it's typically 3 P's outside of the P's that we talked about that a woman wants. She wants a man that's a provider, a man who's a protector, and a man who's present.
Yes, sir.
So you knew how to be a provider.
Yeah. Yeah.
But a protector comes with...
that just comes with it.
But being present. Mm-hmm. For example, you're a video game fanatic.
Yeah.
So you would spend hours.
I would spend 24 hours on that game if I could.
Wow. Wow. And what's your favorite game?
I like a lot of shooters.
Okay, so it's called shooters?
Not just a shooter game, shooter type game.
But, that's a little shooter. That's big shooter over there.
No, I would say Destiny 2. Okay. Right now is my favorite game to play, but I play just about any type of game, like shooter games, racing, football, basketball, baseball,
so with
soccer.
me as a novice, don't know nothing about video games, could I get on there and beat your ass?
Oh, no, not at all. not even close. Wouldn't even be competitive. It would not even be competitive.
Sure. Because I pride myself on being a pretty intelligent person.
I get it, but it's not about you and your book smarts or street smarts, so to say. It's just you and you being able to play this game.
So I'm skillful or I'm not?
Yeah, because there's a lot of button combinations, a lot of different ways to get the player to move. So it's not just pressing A and B.
That's what she said. She said, baby, you able to push all them buttons, and I just met you.
Of course.
So you said I can't, a woman that's not like a video game.
Oh, no.
Can't go in there.
No, you can't just go in there pressing buttons.
On a video game?
No.
But same with the woman. So
you can't just, on the woman too, you can't just go in there pressing buttons.
But what if I'm magic like that?
You need to write a book and pass that magic on to me, man. I got to work a little bit. Just a little bit.
Oh, God. So, relationship, you're in your marriage, half of it you say, I'm not happy. You start pulling back. The video games, Amaziah, your godson, becomes your outlet.
Yeah, yeah.
When did you decide, say, you know what, I need to go to therapy. I need to get myself in a position to either save this marriage? Okay.
We were already going to therapy since premarital counseling. Okay. So we were going to therapy before it really got bad. It just didn't work. So I stopped going. Okay. But I didn't go back to therapy until after the divorce.
So you said it wasn't working. Was it working because you had already made up your mind?
Yeah.
Scorpios can be kind of stubborn.
Yeah. Yeah. I was already on fuck you at that point. So
going back to the video game,
going
back to the video, there's a fuck you button.
Yeah.
So you had pressed that button.
Yeah.
And you wasn't releasing it.
I was holding it.
You was holding it.
I was holding it. Yeah.
Fuck you.
Pretty much.
Okay. So now you're in therapy because you want to say more of a fuck you, or you want to learn to get past it? What was the purpose of going to therapy?
I wanted to get past it because it was bad at first. You remember when I first met you?
Yeah.
That was not cool.
Oh, God, it was bad.
That was not cool. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get past that.
Right.
I had to get past that. But, like waking up every morning and I'm just in tears. As soon as I open my eyes, I'm in tears. You know what I'm saying? Because, I was like, fuck you, but I still loved her. She was my wife. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't cheat. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do any of that stuff.
Didn't cheat?
No. Well,
so that means you never masturbated without her.
Well, that's different. So if you call that cheating, then I cheated. But
because I define cheating as obtaining sexual pleasure without your partner.
Well, then I cheated. I'm a cheater. I apologize. I didn't mean to. It just happened.
You cheated a few times. You cheated several times.
I cheated several times at that point because I wasn't gonna go outside my marriage.
Right. Okay.
So I mean, what am I gonna do?
I respect that. Okay. Respect.
So at that point, it is what it is. But you know, after the divorce, I mean, life pretty much changed.
Life pretty much changed. Yeah. Okay. So you find yourself in your situation where you're not happy. You're going through the motions with your now ex-wife. And you say it changed. And you say you went through an emotional state, because I always say there's a distinction between the lion and the hyena.
Yeah, yeah.
So you find yourself in a hyena state that you wake up before the tears, just all emotions.
Yeah.
Knowing that lion forces you to deal into the logic. Mm-hmm. And when did you start saying, you know what, I'm finding myself again? Because again, you grew up as a mama's boy, so that emotional side was comfortable for you. Mm-hmm. So then one day you woke up, you're like, you know what, I got to do this thing different. When did you have that? It's my moment. It's time moment.
It was after we had a conversation.
Okay.
And I read your book.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? You're gonna be sitting here crying every day. Your dad, he gonna get tired of you calling him every morning, and him, you know, having to calm you down and stuff. So it was like 2 weeks into it, and I was like, bro, you gotta move on, bro. Like it's over at this point. It's over. I know you want to continue to be married, even though you're not happy, which is crazy. Okay. But you know, it's over now. She gave you out. So, you know, go ahead and move on. And I definitely appreciated it once you made me realize that that's what it was. You was like, she's giving you an opportunity to become who you want to be, and to get the happiness that you are not getting from her.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, because sometimes the writing is on the wall. A lot of times the writing is on the wall, but we don't want to read it.
Yeah.
Then I ain't gonna read it.
And I was in complete denial. I was in complete denial, even though, you know, we were not, you know, happy together. We couldn't really just have a simple conversation. You know, we wasn't doing anything that, you know, married people do. We were just existing, taking care of our grandson.
Because I know one of the things that you talked to me about was wanting to have a baby.
Yeah.
And your ex-wife was very adamant she didn't want children.
Yeah. At first, she wanted to. And then all of a sudden, it just changed to, you know, I don't want any kids. Okay. So, being your faithful husband, I'm a roll with it.
Right. And would you advise your godson or any other man watching this to just go with it, despite that's something you really did
want
in life? Okay.
Not at all.
Because at the end of the day, we're playing a horrible game of pool, by the way.
Horrible right now.
We are both just missing shots that we know.
There's not a lot of room over here.
Yeah, it's not a room. That's what he's gonna say. It's not a lot of room. That's what she said. You gotta learn to work your angles, baby.
You're right. You're right.
So now you're coming out of this marriage and you're saying to yourself, gotta find my lionhood. What was the moment when you said, you know what, as you were packed, because you left?
Yeah. She asked me to leave. Right. And I was like, okay, I'll leave once I, get a crib. Right. So I got a crib. And her and my grandson, they went to their side. Okay. So but this is you saying, okay, you don't want to have my babies. You don't you're not gonna make me happy. Yeah. I'm not gonna fight it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the decision that you want, fine.
So and this goes back to love versus compatibility. Because you've often said, I loved it as a husband. But would you argue that maybe you guys weren't compatible?
Yeah, we were not compatible. Even though I wanted us to be, she may have wanted us to be, we just were not. You know, and that's just how it is. You got to realize, either you are good for each other or you're not. Okay. And it's going to take a lot of conversations and a lot of good communication, to figure that out. Okay. But I just didn't know until it was too late.
So the Sagittarius woman is not known for extreme attention. They don't give a lot of attention to their man. Yeah. So you being a man who needs a lot of attention because you're like, yo.
It was hard.
Right, because you're like, I don't want to play, because let's go back to the meal versus the pussy. Now you got the video games in the middle. Mm-hmm. So what order did you put that in?
Now we got questions.
Right, because again, I'm saying if this was good right here, would you have chose her second? You know what I'm saying? It was like, I'd rather be with my wife because she's feeding you appropriately. Mm-hmm. She said the nurturing is there, the attention is there. Yeah. But when that's not there, the video games becomes the outlet because there's no attention here. Exactly. Right? Exactly. So what do you say to men who are in a situation, in a marriage right now, or in a relationship, who are not being fair, probably say, hey, you're not happy and you're doing the best you know how to be as a man. Because again, sometimes we get down on ourselves. Exactly. Because we want to be want to be solution finders. We want to be the lions. But when the woman's got to a point where she doesn't want to be, she's distant.
She's had enough.
Right, because that Sagittarius, they're distant anyway.
Yeah.
You come for a hug, they be like, I'm good. Kind of like with your dad, like, yeah, just shake my hand, shake my hand.
Yeah.
That's kind of like that Sag mentality. Like, we good. I'm not dissing my Sagittarius women. Y'all just, oh God, y'all stink when it comes to emotions, when it comes to affection, most of y'all. But anyway, so you knowing now that you were incompatible.
Yeah.
You met her at 17. Now you're transitioning out of this divorce.
Yeah.
First of all, what was the date? When was the moment when you accepted, like, I'm done, like, this is over? Without anger in your heart, without
anger.
Well, let's go back to, why was there so much anger?
Because pride, pride, because how dare you, number one, break up with me.
Right. South Sea's finest.
You
South
see
Carolina finest. Yeah, I see you. Yeah, I see you pimping.
You know what I'm saying?
I see you pimping.
You see me. But no, it was just, pride was one, because like I said, how dare you break up with me?
Oh, damn.
Especially when, I'm here and I'm being faithful and I'm, paying bills and everything around the house, taking care of kids that really aren't mine. We adopted.
Okay.
And now I'm taking care of a grandchild. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing pretty good.
Right. Okay.
But no, it wasn't taking care of her needs. And she wasn't able to
articulate.
Okay. What exactly those needs are. It would just, a lot of her complaints would be, things about like cleaning up and stuff. But she would say the pool table's dirty right now because you got pool balls around the pool table.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just your idea of clean was different from my idea of clean.
Okay.
And then it was just, we just had a lot of differences. And throughout the years, I was able to realize like, we just not on the same page. And we're not compatible. But I'm willing to sit here and try to figure it out if it's possible. If it's not possible, I guess I'm going to die miserable. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to get a divorce.
Right. In your mind, you like,
in my mind, I'm not going to get a divorce.
So you're just going to tolerate this. I don't care if we celebrate each other. I'm just going to tolerate the fact because
we're married.
And you watch your mom and dad be married. And going through their rough time.
Yeah.
And especially in our community, that's that love thing. We get so caught up on love and lose sight of being happy.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can love somebody, doesn't mean you're happy with them.
Exactly.
That means I tolerate you. Because we have a lot of family members, for example, that we love, but you can't stay out in my house. I don't want to be around you for an extended period of time, but I love you because you're family. So now you're in this marriage. So as a man who loves sex, do you love sex?
I do.
Okay, so you're married, you're not happy, she's not happy.
Yeah.
So, and you're not going outside your marriage, so were you guys still intimate when you was going through these rough times?
Just, every now and then, but it wasn't like, every day we gonna get it, or every other day, or even once a year, just about. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wow. Okay.
Just gotta catch it.
So you said once every day. Are you a man who do have a problem with it every day?
No, not at all. I can. Yeah, if you want it every day, I want it every day too.
Interesting. You got that type of energy?
Yeah.
Interesting. It takes a lot of energy, brother. So are you 5, 10, 30 minutes, or you like to show out every time?
No, I ain't gonna say I'm showing out, but with me, it's a mental thing.
Okay.
So whatever's going on in the way my brain works, like I can be in the act, but still have other shit like just going on in the background that's going on in the day or my personal life. I'm focused, but I still got shit going on.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I could be in there for 45 minutes to an hour.
Because you got other shit going on.
Because I got shit going on.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it just, but it works. It works.
And men, what he's saying is a true fact. Then when you go into the intimate role, if you detach yourself emotionally, you can withhold that orgasm as long as you want. But once you start getting into how she moaning and how she talking to you, how good it feels, it's a wrap.
That's when it's over.
Yeah,
but you just detach yourself, not even think about it, but just be in it. But whatever, I got a meeting tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, but you still going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
right.
That's how you gotta go.
But it's also a curse to that.
It is.
Because now you find yourself detached, and she's like, okay, baby, you're doing too much.
Yeah.
And now you're like, but I'm still. Because as men, we feel, because for example, the average time for sex in North America is anywhere between 3 to 7 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Right. So, but we go into it with the mindset, especially me, I got to beat this pussy up.
And I got to, not really beat it up, but I got to make sure that I'm pleasing you.
Yes.
In my mind, I would rather you get yours and then I can get mine whenever.
Well, 45 minutes, she probably got hers a few times.
I definitely got it a few times.
Right.
Yeah.
So
but that's women though. Women, they will orgasm or climax multiple times
Okay.
throughout the experience.
Have you ever asked a woman before, like you meet her, and especially not being in a new dating world, we'll talk about that in a second, what pleases you? Do you ask the question, or do you automatically assume you know as a man?
Oh, I gotta ask you because, like I said, like every woman is different. I can't go in here trying to have sex with you the way that I had sex with my wife.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's two different people. You may like one thing that she may not like. You know what I'm saying? You may like it harder than she may like it. I don't know whatever your preference is, but that's one of the things that we can communicate about, especially before we even have sex with me. I gotta actually know you. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta have some kind of mental connection or some kind of emotional connection with you.
Okay.
So it's not like just some random chick walk in right now and say, hey, let's go. All right, we gotta at least talk. You know what I'm saying? A little bit. You know what I'm saying? So that's just for me. So.
Yeah, I think that's called demisexual, when you gotta have an emotional connection with someone. Because I'm very much the same way. Because you have two types of men: men who love women and men who love pussy. Men who love pussy, they can detach themselves with what they see physically. They don't care. It's like, I'm going in this hole, and I'm about to represent.
I'm here for a purpose.
Right. The man who love women sees the full table. It's like, oh, I want to enjoy all of this, and I'm about to make love to you like it's a full body kiss.
Yeah.
And I just want to be indulged. And sometimes we just gonna fuck.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you see this woman, there's a certain amount of excitement. So, and I gotta ask you this: with your ex-wife, is there any level of excitement physically towards her now?
Towards her now?
Still.
No, not really.
Okay.
Like I got a funny story. My grandson's soccer coach is her hairdresser. So I was at my grandson's soccer practice last week, and he walked by. He was like, "Yeah, you saw her hair. It looks good, right?" And I just saw her, and I didn't really pay attention in my mind.
Right.
And then I was like, "Oh, it did look good."
Okay.
But I was like, "Yeah, it looked good," but I'm not gonna tell her that. You know what I'm saying?
Why not?
For what?
Oh gosh.
For
Just
what?
being a nice guy.
I can be nice. I can be nice.
Right.
But there's a limit to the niceness that I can have. You know,
Right.
like I said, it's no animosity, it's no anger or hate towards her anymore. So it's just, you're just another person. Like, I wouldn't call us friends.
Okay.
But, I'm not going to be disrespectful or do anything to jeopardize my relationship with Amaziah. And I don't want to tell you something that I did and you be like, well, you got to get on me for being an asshole. And you've done that before.
Right.
You've done that before. So
and you have a reputation of being an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. But before we get on, what you're talking about, there's two therapists that came together, came up with this ridiculous term called toxic masculinity.
Okay.
And I came up with the term toxic femininity, because it can't be a toxic masculinity without the other.
Yin and yang. You got
exactly. So what do you think about toxic femininity? Are there toxic women out here?
Yeah, I can say that. Yeah, there are some toxic women that are just just in it for, I would say, your money or some kind of status or things like that. I don't have that problem.
Okay.
I ain't got it.
Pimping.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't have the money. It ain't the pimping. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the money, so nobody's with me for my money. You know what I'm saying? but no, it's like there are women out there who just go on a date with you because they want something to eat. And I've been subject to giving somebody a meal once or twice here and there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And
So,
how did that occur? She came like, "Hey, can you feed me?"
well, it's not that direct. It's I meet you, we dating for a little bit, or we talking a little bit. Might be our first date. Like, I don't mind paying for some food on our first date or whatever, but it just, if that's our first date and we want to talk.
Well, because you love food, and remember the food comes before.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so
I'm gonna get the food first, and then the rest of that is gonna come later.
Right. Oh, interesting. So you have no problem going out and taking?
No.
Okay.
No. We can go out to eat. Within reason. Like, I'm not gonna, take you to Steak 48
What
on
the
the
hell
first
is a
date.
Steak 48?
See.
Well, I'm vegan in 28 years.
Steak 48 is like an expensive steak restaurant downtown. It's like, you're not gonna go and not spend at least $200-300.
So let me get this straight.
I'm not going to.
You will spend $300 on
Some people will. Some people don't say me.
And you never have.
I never have. No.
You just said you were taking a Steak 48.
Yeah, I said I won't take you to Steak 48.
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
Lord Jesus, no. No.
What about Wingstop?
Oh, we can go there all day. We can go there all day. You want to go to Tropical Smoothie? We can go to Tropical Smoothie. And then we can go hit this track. We can go walk around. We can go to the belt line.
Right.
We can do all these things.
We can rent some bikes.
Anything.
But we're not going to spend $300 on a Steak 48. Now, that's not what we're going to do.
If I spent $300, we did a lot of things. Like, we ate and we went somewhere else, like not Dave & Buster's, but like my third spot or just, somewhere.
Okay.
We went to a couple of different places. If I spent $300,
Okay.
it might be a weekend's worth of stuff.
Add up. Okay.
But not just first time you go out, I'm gonna drop 300.
So toxic masculinity versus toxic femininity, you feel that there's just as many toxic women as there are men?
Yeah, I would say it's about 50-50. Half of those out there are just looking to be toxic, and the other half are actually looking for, meaningful relationships.
Okay.
So, but the thing is, you got to weed them out, and the only way to weed them out is to get in the weeds and to go on these dates and to get to know these women. Now, you have to go on dates and you have to communicate. You have to learn who they are.
And speaking of which, so you went from being married to being unhappily married to being unhappily unmarried. So now you're back in the dating world where you're happy. You're happy and you're not married, not in a relationship. How's that transition like for you? And speaking of weeds, like you've been on dating sites.
Yeah.
You've gone on several dates. You've met several women now within the last year and a half.
Yeah.
What's different? Because remember, you've been with 17. You've been with the same woman. So now you're back out here in the dating world. You're in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So a lot going on.
Yeah.
What's different out here now in the dating world?
Well,
and is it my shot or your shot?
I'm thinking it's your shot.
Okay.
Because I missed that one. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I would say, luckily I'm here in Atlanta, and I'm single.
Okay.
Because there's so many different options.
Okay.
Here in Atlanta. So yeah, I could just go anywhere and find a bad chick and, maybe holler at her or whatever, try to get to know her or what the case may be. But if I was back home in South Carolina and I was single, I'd be hurt.
You'd be hurt. Okay.
I'd be hurt. Because there's not really that many options. It's few and far between back home like that.
Okay.
But here you can go anywhere. Like I said, you can go anywhere.
Okay.
And for me, it was like for the apps. I'm extremely introverted. So I know how to talk to women. I can have a conversation.
Okay.
But the first time I meet you, I'm gonna be kind of nervous.
Okay.
And that's just me. I'm nervous anytime I meet anybody.
Okay.
For the first time. So it just took me going through a couple different battles, and just dealing with a lot of different types of women and realizing and being comfortable with who I am. And realizing, I am the lion, I'm that nigga, you know what I'm saying? I had to figure that out,
Okay.
So, but it's that simple. You have to have confidence.
Okay.
And without that confidence, they can see that you're not confident either. So,
okay.
So it was pretty much about me getting my confidence back.
Okay.
And once I got it back, it really wasn't that hard.
Got it back. When did you recognize that you lose it? When did you lose it?
I would say I lost it during the bad years of my marriage. Okay. During the good times, I'm good. My self-esteem is high and everything is great. You know what I'm saying? But during the bad time, I'm thinking maybe I'm not as good as I think I am. Maybe I don't look as good as I do. Like what's wrong with me?
Okay.
Why doesn't she love me? I don't know.
Okay.
So those are the types of things that I was dealing with. So I got a little bit depressed and things like that. So once I fought my way through that, I was able to realize, you still Ronald Bell's second son. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Ronald Bell's second son. So now when you're interacting with ladies, would you recommend, for example, dating websites to people, and what are the advantages versus disadvantages to dating online?
I don't really see any disadvantages.
Okay.
Because that's just the way the world is right now. Everything is based off of technology. Okay. So if you don't really, use technology that often, then these dating apps are definitely going to be a problem for you.
Okay.
But for me, someone who actually works with the design team of these types of applications and things. Okay. I understand, these things are actually needed. Okay. So, and it's easier. For me, it's easier for me to talk to a woman on an app than it is for me to go to a club or a bar and, speak to someone that's out in public. Because it could go either way. You could have your girls, now you're trying to shine for your girls, and now you're trying to play me. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or it could go the other way, and you are interested. Now I'm frozen because I'm an introvert. Okay. So, but on the app, it's just, I know you like me. because you swiped. Okay. You know what I'm saying? In real life, I gotta guess. Will she like me? You know what I'm saying? Does she like? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta take that chance. I'm not really good on taking chances. I'm a logical person.
You like being safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like being safe.
Okay.
Like being even keel, everything copacetic.
Right.
That's what I like.
It's my shot. What are you doing?
You sure it's your shot? Because I just dropped.
No, you didn't drop nothing.
Let me back up. I just want to win so bad.
Which you're not going to win, but that's okay though. That's okay. Even though I'm starting off real slow today, people.
Yeah, okay.
But I got to think about building up. You can't keep a brother down. So you're going through this transition. You're back out here dating. You're on a dating site. You're finding your swag, or you got big dick energy now. You walk around.
This is what they call it. Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah.
They see you walking the door like, we see you, big dick.
Yeah.
We see you, BD.
Yeah.
We see you. So what in dating now? Do you want to get married again?
I would love to get married again.
Okay.
I don't have to, but it would be nice.
So you want children?
I do want children.
Okay.
I do want children.
So ladies, he's a software engineer. He's single, no children, and he want to get married, want to have kids. So you what we call a good catch, because there's always this thing out here with they're the good men. And one of the purposes of this show is to advertise there's some good brothers out here, good single brothers who are looking for a good woman, and then we will argue where are the good women. Is that one of your arguments? Like
It's not because honestly, like I said, I've been on a lot of different dates with a lot of different women in these last 2 years or so. Mm-hmm. So I've met a lot of good women.
Okay.
Like I've met a really good amount of good women. I would say yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. At this point, like why I'm not in a relationship is because I'm not ready for one.
Okay.
And I don't want a relationship right now.
Okay.
So I mean, if I wanted to be in a relationship, I could have been in one last year, the year before that.
Okay.
Like at least 10 times over, I could have been in a relationship.
Okay.
But it's just not that serious.
Okay.
Like I have other things that I want to accomplish in my own life. Like everything has been centered around, me and my relationship. My whole life has been defined on my relationship, my adult life. So I want to figure out who I am. I want to figure out my purpose because I honestly don't know what my purpose is. I would love to know what my purpose is.
So that's one of the reasons why you're purposely staying out of relationships right now is just until you get yourself together.
Yeah.
Okay. Because one of the things that I argue that a woman wants in a relationship, I say it's like for men the 5 P's, for women it's LOVED, and that L stands for leadership. Mm-hmm. They want a man that can lead them. Yeah. So you're saying like, hey, I can't lead you right now because I'm learning how to
know
lead
where
myself.
I'm going.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay.
And that's honestly what it is. Like I said, I've dated a lot of good women. It's one in particular that I date now. Okay. Like, that's my boo. You know what I'm saying?
Woo! B-O-O, boo. Yeah, 3 snaps and a foot stomp.
That's my boo. We call each other Bestie Bae because we
Bestie Bae.
Best friends.
Bestie Bae. Okay.
We're best friends.
So you would argue that you should marry your best friend?
I would want to because why not? Why would I not want to spend the rest of my life with someone who we're gonna have a great time every day we wake up? You know what I'm saying? Whatever conversation or whatever we're doing or wherever we're going, we're gonna have a good time. Okay. Because we best friends.
So I'm going to argue that you shouldn't marry your best friend.
Why not?
I'm about to tell you. Wrote a book, I'm about to tell you. Because with best friends, there's no expectations. You see what I'm saying? In marriage and relationship, there's a boatload of damn expectations. And when you don't fulfill those expectations, that's when trouble starts. Good shit. That's when the trouble starts. So if you marry your best friend, there's no expectations. The communication is going to be different. Because think about who your best friend is. I know Brother Conrad is one of your good friends.
Yeah, Conrad is one of my best friends here in Atlanta since college. Like,
right. So you can not talk to Conrad for months, years, and you pick up the phone like, well, it's like y'all just saw each other yesterday. Right. Because there's no expectations. Yeah. But in marriages, it's like no. Every day there's the expectation, and they change. So for example, we're on the iPhone 15. It starts with the iPhone 1, and relationships should have progression. That's right. But what happens? We get into relationships, and we stop wanting to do what it takes to motivate or to move up with each other. You see what I'm saying? We stay stuck.
That's true. That's true.
And we should evolve. Every year you see yourself in a different place. So what you're saying now is like, hey, I'm evolving as a man. Yeah. I'm getting, let's say you're the iPhone 7 right now. You said, ultimately I want to be at least the 13 before I get out there and start dating again, because now you're seeing what your purpose is. And you have something to bring. Now going back to your boo bae,
Bestie Bae.
Bestie Bae. So what's the goal there? So that Bestie Bae, does that mean the door is shut for the possibility? Or you guys say, we're definitely going, because I know she lives out of state. Yeah. So is that long distance something that you need, because it gives you opportunity to work on yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it does give me space to, figure out who I am and what I really want to do type thing. So, it's not an official relationship, but, we spend a lot of time. We spend a lot of time together.
Okay.
So, and we definitely talk about, us having a future and kids and, what that would look like.
Okay.
But we just haven't really sat down and got the logistics of it.
Okay.
Like, what would it look like? Because honestly, I don't want to be in a long distance relationship.
Okay. Because you like attention. You want attention, you want affection.
I like attention, I like affection, you know what I'm saying? And
why not get a dog?
I would love a dog.
Okay.
But
for attention and affection?
But
okay.
There are limits to what the dog can
I guess
provide.
Yes. Okay. So you don't subscribe to the peanut butter theory?
No, not at all. Not at all. I think that's for the other persuasion. That's what they do. I don't really get down like that.
Right. That's for the other persuasion. I concur. So now you're in this dynamics and you're wanting to find, find yourself and become a leader within yourself. Children, because again, you're still young.
Yep.
So, do you have a timeline? Are you, going back to Bestie Bay, BB, going back to BB. Is there a time for? Because remember, there's long distance, and you want a baby, you want children.
Yeah.
So, is there a time limit? Because what we don't do, because we gotta understand relationships are like businesses.
Yeah.
If we don't
it gotta make sense.
Right, it gotta make sense. And if you're not profiting off of it. Then what's the purpose of being in it?
Yeah.
So again, like you said, you was in a marriage and you waited and waited and waited until you was like, okay, it's not working.
Mm-hmm.
Are you giving yourself a time frame here, or giving the two of you a time frame and say, you know what, we have a goal, we have an agenda, we have an itinerary. And what does that look like?
We haven't put a specific timeline on it. Pretty much is, I'm not gonna sit around forever.
Okay.
is the statement.
Okay.
But, we continue to have conversations, so we continue to figure out, where we want to live and how that's going to look.
Okay.
So until we figure that out completely, we still just, enjoying each other's company and enjoying each other's time and space.
Okay.
So.
Oh, God, I can't hit. Damn it. Can't hit nothing. So you still enjoying until you figure it all out.
Yeah. And like she said, she's not in a rush either. Like she's a few years younger than me.
Okay.
And I'm 41.
Okay.
So realistically, how much older do I need to be in order to have a newborn running around? Like how much time do I have left to be active in his life and stuff? Like me and my grandson, we play basketball. We play a lot of basketball. That's how I stay in shape. Okay. Is I play basketball with my grandson.
Are you good at basketball?
I'm decent.
Do you think you take me?
Take you?
Yes, me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that why you said that with so much confidence? Like
so much confidence.
Is that right? You think you take me? Okay.
Yeah, well, I'll take that back because you're in great shape. You run marathons.
Right.
So I'll be out of shape by the third point.
By the third point.
Yeah, I'll be out of breath, wheezing.
Is that because you are a connoisseur of the devil's lettuce?
Yeah. I do self-medicate, if you will.
So you do have moments when you self-medicate, okay?
Yes. That don't count.
That's what we call crap. Oh dear God, and that's what we.
That don't count. I didn't call that pocket.
We know. We absolutely know. There's a lot. We got a few more questions. Wrap up. There's a lot of black women now speaking out about black men, or saying they're the voice for black men, telling black men how to do this, how to do that. What are your thoughts about women trying to be men, or like Steve Harvey books, act like a woman, think like a man? Do you feel like that's part of the problem or part of the solution? What are your thoughts about women nowadays and how they're very masculine in their approach?
Some women are.
Okay.
Some women are.
Okay.
I don't know. I wouldn't say they can be the sole voice for black men. Okay. But they can definitely contribute to the conversation. Okay. Of whatever it is that black men are going through, they definitely have a perspective on it. They have fathers, brothers, friends that are men, husbands, all kinds of stuff. So some women understand, how men think. Okay. A lot of women don't because they don't have.
How men think or how their man thinks? Well, how the men in their circle thing.
How the men in their circle
Okay, all right.
How the men in their circle thing.
Okay.
So it just depends. All this stuff to me depends on each individual woman.
Okay.
So I can't sit here and just globally, label them all.
Okay.
But yeah, there are some women who are very masculine in their approach and it's the way that they handle men and things like that.
Okay.
Some men are submissive, some men are not.
Okay.
Some women are submissive, some women are not. It just depends on the person who you are and the person that you're dealing with.
Do you want masculine women?
I can deal with a masculine woman. I've dealt with masculine women.
Yeah, we know you were married to a Sagittarius.
Yeah, so I mean, I can deal with it. As long as you're not trying to tell me what to do or control the whole situation.
Well, that's what I'm going to do if I'm the masculine.
Well, then no, it's not going to work because we're going to constantly bump heads.
Right,
especially at this point. Like the younger me, I didn't want to argue. Like I don't want to argue about whatever. Like you mad about something, you got it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to argue. You know what I'm saying? You got it, baby. I ain't gonna trip. Whatever. But the person I am now, yeah, we gotta talk about it.
Okay.
We're gonna have a conversation.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to go my way, but my opinion is definitely gonna be heard.
Okay. Probably the last question. Verbal abuse versus physical abuse. Are they the same?
I mean, abuse is abuse.
Okay. Yeah. Because reason why? Because a woman will argue, well, just because I'm calling you out your name and dogging you out it's not the same as you putting your hands on me. So I'm going to argue that they're one and the same. Because again, as a
definitely
man,
one and the same.
So you've been emasculated before by a woman.
Yeah,
a woman told you and made you feel some kind of way.
Sure.
And how did that make you feel?
Made me feel angry at first.
Okay.
And that's when I started, lashing back out.
Okay.
Is now you're trying to play me.
Okay.
In my mind, you're trying to play me. So at first, I would just let it go because what are we gonna argue about? But now, you got me pissed.
Okay.
So I'm gonna match whatever energy that you're bringing to me.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna get here into the name calling and all that kinds of stuff. We can talk and we can argue about whatever it is, but we don't have to get into the name calling.
Okay.
But the physical abuse, verbal abuse is abuse.
Abuse is abuse. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. What advice, in closing, what advice would you give to men who are divorced, wanting to move on? What advice would you give to men, getting back out to the dating world? Because I love what you said about getting to know you, getting to be the best version of yourself now.
Exactly.
But what advice would you give to men in general about how to move on? Because remember, you were shook. You did not want to get a divorce.
Yeah,
you were stuck.
Yeah.
You was like, and therapy, of course, helped you, and then you was able to build from within. So, what advice would you give to men? Because again, you recommend therapy, correct?
Yeah, definitely recommend therapy, and you have to take it serious. Like a lot of people will go to therapy and they won't be honest about what they're feeling or what they're actually going through. So you're not going to get anything out of it if you're not being honest. So I would say that go to therapy. Be honest. Talk about whatever it is that the questions are that you're having.
Yes.
Talk about those questions. Talk about those feelings, and have your therapist bounce back his ideas, and actually do the work.
Okay.
So that's where how I got past. It was to focus on what my therapist was telling me, and put those things into practice.
Okay, well, I am your therapist. You said focus on my therapist like I'm not your therapist.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Talking to other people. Telling you guys, focus on your therapist. Focus on what the therapist is telling you. But I say, if you just going through a divorce or you feel like a divorce is imminent, or you want to go, you actually want to have a divorce, like you got to figure out what it is that you want, who you are, what it is that you want, and if those things don't coincide. And your relationship is just not working until you realize that it's not going to work out. You're going to continue to be stuck in that same cycle.
Okay, rapid fire. Favorite rap artist of all time.
Favorite rap artist of all time.
Yes.
Biggie.
Favorite musician of all time.
Oh.
R&B.
R&B.
Yes.
Random. Usher.
Usher, okay. You get to hang out with one of two of these individuals. Who do you pick? Malcolm X or Bob Marley?
Bob Marley.
Because y'all gonna smoke together.
Yeah, and we're gonna talk about the revolution.
You can talk about that with Malcolm too.
Just a
but
different
you can't
type of
smoke
revolution.
together.
Nah, you won't smoke. and Malcolm won't let me eat bacon. I can't eat bacon around Malcolm.
No, you ain't no damn bacon. No,
So no, meat candy.
Favorite place to vacation?
Favorite place to vacation? Florida.
Favorite part of the female anatomy?
You trying to catch me up? I'm a breast man. I'm a breast man.
Okay, stay right there. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna ask that question again. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Favorite part of the female anatomy?
I'm a breast man. You know?
Okay.
Actually, it don't matter.
It don't matter?
No.
So breast, you want them out here? With the tell the body, the kneecaps?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I like some nice ones. Some nice ones.
You said that you all the way out here with it.
I mean, no. You know, whatever. I don't. It's just, you know.
Okay.
As long as you got enough, at least a handful.
A handful. Okay, so about the cube, about the ball size.
Mm-hmm. Okay. No, I wouldn't say the ball size. You need a little bit more than that. Give me a football or a little mini basketball.
Favorite sexual position?
Cowgirl.
Cowgirl. Okay, woman on top.
Yeah.
Okay. Female domineering position. The plot thickens. Last one. Favorite place to take a woman on the first date? We know it's not Steak 48.
Definitely not that. It's a combination.
Okay.
So we're either going to go to the Beverly, or we're going to go to the Beltline.
Beltline. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, brother Terence Bell, software engineer, graduate of DeVry Institute, divorcee, just a great brother. And you know, looking forward to young brother just finding his way back into society after being married, going through a divorce. And this is again an example of good men out here who just want to be loved, want to be loved on, and want to love.
That's it.
He said, look at that innocent look. Look at the look. I want to thank you, my brother.
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you all love. Ladies and again, brother Terence Bell. Thank you for tuning in. Another episode of S.L.A.M, Sex, Love, and the Misunderstanding, where we come together with the brothers and talk about sex, love, and the misunderstanding. I'm Dr. Tiy-E, licensed psychosexual therapist. See you next week. Peace and love.
It's Wednesday night, 9 o'clock, time to slam. Sex, love, and misunderstanding. With Dr. Tiy-E, he the man. Relax, let him lead the way. He got a plan. It's the S.L.A.M.